there is an advantage to be gained. Well, there's also a loss to be had when you try to get too far. You know, if
Right.
you're on level 5 and your opponent's still on level 1,
Yeah.
then you're probably going to have a bad time.
It was also unfortunate, despite not playing Dredge, that Containment Priest in the main deck still ended up wrecking him in the second match.
Yeah, that was very brutal. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if he would have been able to pull it out anyway, but that definitely must have been some salty. So Sullivan is asking for a bonus game of Sylvan Mentor versus versus
the only real deck that he brought, I imagine.
Battle of Wits. No, he wants Battle of Wits versus Sylvan Mentor.
All right.
So they're gonna play. But yeah, it was interesting. I definitely liked to see the Zaretti deck with the transmuters and the welder. I think either you need to explore the Stoneforges a little bit more heavily or cut them.
Right. Yeah.
But I still think it falls into the category of this deck doesn't beat Mentor Gush in a reliable way.
So I think Matt keeps this hand, right? Lotus Monastery Mentor, Library of Alexandria Monastery.
There's also a Jace. He actually made turn 1 Jace here instead of turn 1 Mentor.
Yeah, so he can go turn 1 to who's on the...
I think Sullivan's taking the play because he keeps losing. Sullivan's hand's low, but he has Leyland of Anticipation. I don't know if he wants to put it into play or not. We're going to find out. End step Jace seems like fun. Yep, there it is.
So does Matt go library, draw off library?
No, he can't. He mulliganed.
Oh, okay, sorry.
If I'm Matt, I'm just jamming turn 1 Jace.
Yeah.
As we like to affectionately call it, the Justin Kohler. Or if you know Justin, you can drop it and just say the Kohler. Matt is electing to go much slower. See, I think maybe he doesn't realize that he could have double chased, like, and been at 7 this turn. But it's okay. It'll still work in his favor. There's that pesky priest.
So Sullivan draws a mana drain here. Let's see.
Yeah, well, no, Matt's already shown us he's going to play slow, right? He's not going to play Jace till he has to. Which actually I think is going to benefit Sullivan. Like, he's letting Sullivan build up a mana base with a Leyland of Anticipation in play.
Yeah, but the average card that Sullivan draws, I have to imagine, is so much worse than what Matt's 60-card deck is doing.
Matt's also drawing 2 cards a turn, which is
right. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you look at Matt's at Sullivan's hand, and outside of the ley line, all the cards are really good, right? Like,
yeah.
They're all vintage staples. It's not like there's a card there that's like, oh my god, this is terrible. Right? He's got 3 lands in, like, maybe you could say Basic Plains is bad. Like, that's Academy Ruins gives him inevitability. He doesn't have a target for it yet, but it still makes mana.
So what is the Academy Ruins in there for? Do you know?
It's just a value card. Like,
all right.
I'm sure that he has a Mind Flavor in there or something silly. Or like a Trinket Mage package, something like that. Let's see. I'll scroll up through his infinite lists. His deck is called Make Vintage Great Again, by the way, for people who don't know that. Let's see. It can return all of the Moxen, Lotus Soul Ring. It can return Sphinx of the Steel Wind if it gets graveyarded somehow. And then it can get back any of the 4 tops. He has a Cage. I believe he has Vault Key. He probably has Vault Key, probably has Spell Bomb. Yeah, not Spell Bomb. And that's it. Yeah.
All right, seems reasonable. So let's see. So what is Sullivan's passing? I guess he has no reason not to pass because he has the ley line out.
Right. I told you, end step Chase, man.
Do any of the lines on text on ley lines so you can activate your planeswalkers during your opponent's turn?
No, you can't, but that would be amazing. I would play that card. I would play that card. I don't care. I thought the original or the Teferi Planeswalker had that, like, as part of the, like, you could use its abilities on your opponent's turn, and that the emblem was that you could do it with all of them. But I was wrong.
Unfortunately.
So Sullivan just jams Big Boy Jace down instead of Little Boy Jace.
Let's see.
And Matt let it resolve instant speed. All right. And now the problem of having too many Jaces.
So Matt, if he really wants, he can end of turn Snapcaster for nothing, Containment Priest, kill Jace.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to do that, though. I think he's just going to drop Containment Priest and swing. Like, he's going to ride this library the whole way home.
So he does have Gush in hand to refuel, though, if he wanted to kill the Jace.
I mean, he could have gotten aggressive a while ago, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think he's going to just tap 2 mana, play Priest. Like, first he's going to draw at library, then play Priest and see what happens. And he'll just keep playing defense. As long as Sullivan doesn't extend, Matt won't either. Matt and I are very much in agreement on how to play library. I imagine him right now. We're going to see draw with library. Matt, what are you doing? Draw first. There it is. See? He'll draw with his library, jam his Priest. Sullivan's now put in a position where he has to either defend it or accept it's going to lose. So Sullivan does have like 15 Jaces in his hand, so like he has Jace Prince Prodigy in hand, and he's got the other one in play.
Right.
So he doesn't care nearly as much about it.
So is there a deluge on top for Sullivan?
It's possible.
There was a deluge at some point.
His cards on top are Deluge and
all right,
and other Jace, but he's gonna play Trinket Mage and block. Layla out of anticipation. All right, I expect to see Dirtle Top coming because you asked for it.
So this one game is going to last as much as the 3 actual matches.
Oh my god, I really hope not, because I need to go upstairs and see my wife. Because she's not asleep yet, and so I can go see her for a little while because this is over. We had planned on her going to bed early. Bonfire off the top, says Sean. That only happens to Team USA. Have you seen that clip?
Yeah.
I knew a couple of the guys on it. I know Joe Panaccio a little bit. We played. He's kind of from Long Island, where I used to be, and so I felt real bad for him when that happened. I saw it. Like I can imagine how the Ollie Ruel's family felt when Craig Jones lightning helixed him. All right, Matt says, I see my Jaces as big as yours.
See, so
Sullivan cannot drain. He's off of it, so it's in. He could have gushed back, but like the odds of him hitting something in the 240 is pretty low. This is not the gush mirror everybody was expecting to see. So if I'm Matt, I am thinking about getting my Monastery Mentor in play right now and making some monks. That's the world I want to live in. I want to go Lotus Crack Mentor. Oh, he passed. Yeah, I would have went Lotus Crack, play Mentor. He put Mentor on top. That's it. I can't even do it. But yeah, I would have went Lotus, Mentor, Mox Sapphire, Gush, or pass and then Gush next turn.
Let's see. So which of these several hundred cards is Sullivan going for here?
Wargate. Nope, Battle of Wits.
All right.
He's doing it. The M-Step Battle of Wits, boys and girls. I don't know. Maybe I think he should cast it now while he's tapped down.
So he does have Tarn. Let's see.
Well, he doesn't have Matt's list. We have the list, not them.
Yeah, but he should know what Matt is playing. So Rich at least plays 1 Pyroblast. I don't know what Matt's actual deck list is.
Yeah, I mean, Pyroblast and a possible Wear Tear. Matt's known for playing that main.
Yeah, so Matt and I both played Wear Tears yesterday.
Yeah, I think Wear Tear's a great card. I think it's underplayed. I think a lot of the newer players don't remember the one of Disenchant that you always played so that you had outs, and it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, my general strategy is whatever Rich has been streaming the last week. Play something specifically against that deck in the Power 9 Challenge, because at least 20% of the meta just copies Rich.
I mean, Rich is a pretty good person to copy. I'm
not saying it's wrong of them to do. I'm just saying my next leveling strategy is also pretty good.
I mean, it's done fairly okay for you, right? You were in the top 8 of I think 2 of them, right?
Yeah, I got second in the first one I did, and fifth in the last one. Then I got 4-2 in the last one. Same as Matt.
I am undefeated in Power 9 Challenge.
It's pretty good.
Yeah,
I cannot say that.
never
I've been
played.
defeated by Tom Martell getting like workshop, lodestone, Trinisphere, complaining that the deck needs to be restricted because he gets really lucky draws.
Yeah, I'm sure that didn't feel bad at all.
Nope.
Yeah, I haven't played in the P9 Challenge, so
Yeah, I know.
I wanted to clear that up for everybody else. I didn't. I was being funny, but sometimes my snark isn't the best. But yeah, I was gonna buy into Magic Online a few times, and every time I talk myself out of it, and I'm pretty happy with that. But it's the more influence that they seem to put on Magic Online, the more concerned I get about it. So wait, where are we right now?
Matt is J storming, and so Matt has to go for the mentor here, right?
Well, he hasn't played the Battle of Wits, so no. I mean, I would, but he doesn't have. Like, the thing is, as soon as Matt plays Mentor, he loses.
Yeah, I guess Matt can put him on taking the Battle of Wits there.
So I actually don't think Matt's going to do anything besides build up and build up and build up. The thing is, like, once Sullivan gets to a certain level, he's just going to go for it.
Yeah. So Matt has a pretty terrible hand.
Yeah, but Sullivan doesn't know that.
Right.
Sullivan has seen Matt Jace Brainstorm, put all these cards in his hand, library forever. So he's thinking like double Force of Will, Fluster Storm, blah blah, not a bunch of artifacts and dead planeswalkers. That's a Dak Faden? Okay, so I think this is the point where we let Dak Faden resolve, and really? I don't like this either. Excuse me. I don't like this line from Sullivan. It just like he doesn't want to Battle of Wits on his turn. He wants to Battle of Wits end step. So like, what's he gonna do with all that mana?
I mean, I guess he can play an uncounterable Jace on your end step. Then it flips. Seems.
I mean, he can do that, but he still can't make 4 blue mana to flashback mana drain, right? That's the problem. Like, he's bottlenecked on blue, right? Or am I? Yeah. So
No, you're right.
he can get a 3rd blue off Gush, right? So he needs a blue source off the top to make this lethal. Or not lethal, but Battle of Wits with drain backup. Matt's getting beat by his own card. There's the blue source. Alright, so he can definitely put Battle of Wits in play and then flashback drain. But the problem is he has to still pass the turn back to Matt without the drain up.
Yeah, you also need to kill your big Jace to do that. This seems.
Okay, we brainstorm. Well, he's gonna brainstorm with Big Jace. Like, he's trying to win the. He's like, I think he's trying to win now. Notion Thief's a blowout. Oh my god.
All right. Well, new plan.
Yeah, I think he's gonna Matt Murray. It's gonna be great. I actually am on the record as hating Notion Thief, and I stand by that statement. But I think we're about to see a Notion Thief blowout session. If he gets Matt's Jace, that's gonna be so huge. Like, because it's going to put Matt off of library.
Right.
If he doesn't use it in the upkeep, which he probably won't. It's going to force Matt to like play Gush or do other stuff to get back to library. It's pretty brutal. Also, because of Leyline, the flash on it sucks. That's funny. It doesn't matter because he has double flash.
Yeah, Notion Thief is pretty good against the Gush deck if you don't have one of your removal pieces.
Or if you don't have the mentor, right? Like if they already have the mentor, you just don't care. But yeah, if you're in like parity, or just you're behind on mana but not on board presence, then Notion Thief is the blowout. Yeah, and the way I feel like Notion Thief is the blowout card. It's like Ravenous Trap against Dredge. The first Ravenous Trap you cast is devastating. You just annihilate your opponent, and then every single one after that is marginal. They just play around it, and like that's the same thing happened with me. Like, me and Matt were playtesting. The first time he cast Notion Thief, he got a Jace Brainstorm, and then after that, the best he got was like a Preordain. Like I would bait him with Jace. Like I would brainstorm. He'd play Notion Thief. I'd bolt it or I'd count. You know, it's
Right. Yeah.
once you start considering the card, it gets much less powerful. It's like what I like to call an exotic predator. You know, it's if everyone's doing it, it's not great. But when you're the only one doing it, it's amazing.
All right. Let's see.
So here's another Dag Faden, and I think we let this resolve with Notion Thief in hand.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sullivan agrees.
Oh my God, Gush, get him,
Wait.
get him.
Oh yeah, Matt went too fast there.
No, he didn't draw the cards. He put the lands in. It's the cost. Matt was fine.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Right.
It's okay. How do you figure Notion Thief was coming in the 250 Battle of Wits deck? I just don't believe you. Wow, those are two good cards to draw. Whew. So Jace is bouncing Notion Thief to let Dag Faden plus.
Yep. Seems like a good line.
Yeah, I mean we still need to be able to draw cards, right? Our hand sucks. Like that's
So let's see how much removal does Matt have for this.
Well, he just drew another Jace. Like he's probably fine. Did he discard to Dag Faden? Wait, what happened? Oh, the Jace was already in his hand. Okay, I got confused as to what happened.
Did Matt take all of the removal out of this deck and replace it with
Dredgehate?
Containment Priest?
Probably.
Yeah, I don't think there's a sword or a Pyroblast or a Wrath in here.
Yeah. Matt's throwing away mana sources. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, so it doesn't.
So now he has Flusterstorm and Force of Will. Like this game just got a whole lot longer. I was hoping it was going to end. I want to go see my wife before she goes to sleep.
I mean, Sullivan is a cavern, though. I don't like the way Matt wins is by bouncing the Notion Thief, playing Mentor, and then going off.
I mean, he can just go off into the face of it. Now he sees the Deluge, which makes it a little more awkward. But like Matt has hand superiority. Like he's got Force of Will, he's got Flusterstorm. Deluge probably isn't going to resolve. Right? Like Sullivan still is kind of choked on mana. Like first he has to pay 3 for the Deluge. That leaves him with 4 up, Storm of 1. Force of Will makes Storm 2. Counterback is Storm 3. Any spell, then Flusterstorm is still good. Like Deluge is going to have a hard time resolving. And every time he plays a spell, if he has Mentor in play, it makes the Deluge cost higher.
But like Matt's deck, if he's not drawing cards, it's just like he needs to use the Jace to bounce. I feel like he needs to find the Mentor in the next couple turns.
Well, like he has another Jace in his hand, so there's going to be a turn where he bounces and there's the Mentor.
All right, yeah,
he bounces with Jace. Jace dies, plays second Jace, brainstorms, like goes off. Here's Monastery Mentor. If I'm Sullivan, I let this resolve, knowing I have Deluge in hand. Like let my opponent play out his. Yep, there it is. Wait, what is Triskelion doing? Oh, that's from before when he metamorphed Triskelion. Just threw me off.
Make a token.
So he's ending because he has that stuff. We're gonna see Mystical Tutor here. That's gonna get misstepped from Matt. Make a token. He said okay. That's surprising. I don't like that.
Right.
Like he knows his opponent's hand. He knows his opponent's getting a counter spell, or even better, a therapy. Whew. It's good. That is good. And he draws therapy. Let's see what he plays. Launch check, Cabal therapy, target you. I guess now we can misstep. Yeah. Do it again.
Yep. Does Sullivan doesn't know anything in Matt's hand, right?
Not yet. But I don't think there's a real. Is he gonna flash this back with Jace, right? Like that's.
Yeah, I think so. Rather have the big Jace than the small one.
Yeah. Alright, he's zeroing Jace. Bunch of bad cards.
Sleight of hand, what are you talking about? That's great.
Yeah.
So who do you think is favored at this point?
It depends how they play, frankly. Like, I think Sullivan is getting a little too cute. I think he could have won this game earlier. If he had played his cards right. Like, the turn that Matt played Dak Faden, I think Sullivan could have won. If he had gotten aggressive with Battle of Wits. Instead, he played very defensive. And like, there's something to be said for being cautious. And then there's something to be said for I'm playing a 250 card deck. I have my win condition, and my opponent is way down on resources. Like, we have to just jam.
So Sullivan is tapping. Sullivan's flipping Jays?
He's gonna flashback something then? Yeah, he's flipping. DT? Is he gonna flip DT? Right? That's the only card. It's either that or Drain that he's gonna copy, or Flusterstorm. I see maybe Flusterstorm's the card. What is he named? Does he know his Jace dies?
Well, if there's one player playing that knows what Baby Jace does, I think it's the guy on the other side of the table.
He's replaying Thirst for Knowledge? I don't. That
What?
can't be real.
Oh no, he's playing Demonic, he says.
Yeah, that's what I thought was happening.
All right.
Why is he paying 3 mana for Demonic? Did he play something earlier? I keep switching back between. Oh, Therapy. Yeah.
He played Cabal Therapy.
Yeah. Okay. JVP's not a 2. It goes from. Doesn't it come in at 6? Oh, 5. Yeah, he's right.
5.
Yeah. Me and Sullivan both thought it came in at 6. Obviously.
Surprisingly, Matt knows the starting loyalty of Flip Jays.
Yeah. He gets Rector. Oh, he's gonna Rector the Therapy. He's gonna flash in with the Rector, and then Therapy because he can do it at instant speed with Leyline. I like it. I like it a lot.
Well, this is certainly stylish. I mean, he can also block Mentor with
But didn't he have Cavern in play when he got the first Demonic off? Couldn't he have done this line already? Oh no, he didn't have Therapy yet. Okay.
So Rector presumably has been errated to be a human. It looks pretty human to me.
Yeah, it's been eroded.
All right.
So Matt's trying to figure out if he can kill Sullivan, is what I'm imagining. Matt is thinking. Matt has 1, 2, 3, 4 spells he could cast this turn. 5 spells. He could cast, actually 6 because Snapcaster makes another one. And that's just based on his hand. 6 spells is super lethal. He's trying to figure out how he has to deal with Sullivan's board.
Right, and he also needs to play around Notion Thief if that's the line that Sullivan's going to go for. Sullivan's going for the Notion.
I don't.
No, he's playing Rector.
No, I know he's playing the Rector. I just don't like doing it now. Like,
yeah, you should do it for attacks, right?
Well, at the last possible second, right? Like,
yeah.
This just tips everything, and Matt knows he has to go all in now, and he also knows
now
that
Matt can wait.
Matt knows that Sullivan can't put together Deluge. Like, Matt's just gonna go super big, and he can bounce with Jace.
So Sullivan can respond with a Cabal Therapy, but yeah, he should be able to chain enough spells together to kill him.
Right. Matt's gonna just misstep this Therapy, start making Monk tokens, and he's dead. See what I mean? It's just he's getting too cute.
Form of the Dragon is good against monks. Although perhaps Matt teched a Flying Crane technique. I hear that's stylish win condition with the monks.
Flying Crane technique. You guys. At least Form of the Dragon's real.
I had Flying Crane technique in my sealed pool for whatever format that was, and that card was great.
But I mean, yeah, in sealed, it's amazing. Yeah, Josh said he should have got Form of the Dragon.
Yeah, Omniscience Leyline of Anticipation would have been pretty good. You should probably have an Omniscience somewhere in here, right?
I mean, I think no, but I guess if you're gonna put the Rectors in, Omniscience is fine.
Does he have other Rector targets?
I mean, I'm sure he has more. There has to be 4 Rectors. You can't put 1 Rector in. That's a tutor target. That seems. I have to look through this list because there's 4. No, there's 4 Rectors.
No, I'm saying, are there other Rector targets, not Rectors?
No, he said it was Leyline, Fastbond, and Battle of Wits. But I have a feeling here that this game is actually just over because of Sullivan's decision to just rush it, right? Is it lethal on board? 4, 8, 13. 1 more spell and it's lethal, and he's got more spells. So that is all. They will play it out for you all. I am signing off and saying goodnight for myself.
All right.
I appreciate everyone stopping in tonight and watching Ryan and I banter about how great Gush is in times past. And to see some interesting decks tonight. This is certainly Matt Murray came with tier 1 decks, and Sullivan came with a bunch of fringe stuff. And
we'll notice that Gush won 100% of its matches tonight. So,
well, no, Sullivan has Gush in his Battle of Wits deck, and he lost round 1.
Oh, okay. Shops. Yeah, you're all right.
So only 67%, which is right in line with all the data we have. Gush wins 2 out of 3, roughly. Slightly, I think it was like straight on the nose 50%, right? Gush is, yeah. But it's only because it's so heavily played. Like you have to lose half the time.
Right.
Like there were so many mirrors. It was crazy.
I mean, even if you take up the mirrors, it's 50%. But still, I mean, people expected the deck to be 50% of the meta game, and it still won 50% of its matches.
That's pretty crazy. I don't think anything is as crazy as Mentor is or has been. Yeah, I mean, that's on board that's lethal, right? 4, that's 5, 10, 17. Yeah, that's lethal.
Yeah. I don't think Sullivan could have won even if he would have sequenced that a little bit.
No, he could block. He could.
Yeah, but isn't Matt able to make? Can he make these extra monks 2/2s? Or sorry, 8/8s? Matt can cast 7 spells, right?
1, 2, 3, 4. It's close. Yeah, he probably can. Yeah, he has another Gush in hand. He could float mana. Yeah, he could force. He could Flusterstorm, force a Flusterstorm copy, force a Flusterstorm copy. That works too. Yeah, that's it. Alrighty, I'm done for the evening.
All right.
Have a nice one, everyone. Yep. It's a pleasure seeing you.
You too, Tom.
Good night.